Do you want to get hacked? Probably not. Well, if you're doing any of the three things that we're about to talk about, then you're really running the risk. These are the worst password mistakes that you're making right now, all of which put you at a much greater risk of losing an account or potentially putting the company that you work for or work with at danger. Ironically, some of these may have been things that you were directed to do. But that said, if you're doing any of these things, then you might be giving attackers the easy button. Number one, you're sharing your passwords with other people. This is a big no-no. Simply put, your passwords are your number one secret. That's how you're authenticating. Is it something that you and only you know? Sharing your passwords violates the spirit of what a password is supposed to be. In some situations, people may direct you to share your password, and that might be because this is for a shared account. However, everybody should have an individual account with a specific service. You should not be sharing accounts, because if one person that is sharing this account has bad security and they lose the password or they give it up to an attacker, then everybody's hosed. Instead of trusting everybody else that might have that password that you're sharing with, just trust yourself and do not tell anybody your password. Have everybody have unique accounts to them, and that way you are not giving attackers the easy button. Number two, you might be saving your password in the browser. Now, it might seem super secure and safe, right? After all, why would they even suggest that you should save the password in your browser whenever you're logging into an account if it's not secure? Well, attackers can actually pull the password straight from your browser and then use that to authenticate into your accounts. Alternatively, you should be using a password manager. Think of it as similar to storing it on your browser, as in it will autofill into login pages. However, it's much more secure. It is stored in an encrypted vault, not in the browser, and attackers won't be able to break into it. Heck, a password manager will even produce long and complex passwords for you whenever you're creating new accounts or changing over your password. Most modern password managers will also include a browser extension, so you'll get all the same conveniences as if you stored it in your browser. However, it is much more secure. It also beats saving your password with pen and paper, because if someone messes around with your desk and finds your notebook with all your passwords, you're busted. Whereas with a password manager, they have to know the password to get into your password manager, which again, only you know because you haven't shared your password with anybody. Using a password manager ensures that you are not handing attackers the easy button. Number three, you are using easy to guess passwords. Are you using an easy to guess password? Smash that like button if you are. And if you're not, then smash it either way, because that'll help this video reach people that may not be seeking out cybersecurity content and they need to see this video probably. If your password is something like winter 2021, winter 2022, spring 2022, summer 2022, or fall 2022, you can probably see a theme here, then yeah, your password is probably already known to the attacker. Heck, even if your password is I hate my job, it is known to the attacker. That's because attackers keep very large and extensive password lists, and it's literally just a massive list of passwords that have been seen in the wild and have been known to be used by random users. Attackers will often guess your password based off what is in a password list, and if it happens to match anything in the millions, yes, millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of entries in a dictionary, then you may be at risk. You might be literally handing the attacker the easy button. And whenever you hand attackers the easy button, you are literally handing them your precious NFTs. In fact, this is such a common practice of using easy to guess passwords and attackers subsequently using those passwords. It is a huge area of research, and there's a link in the description to this article right here that you're looking at right now that details how often these attacks are performed and how often they're successful. What may not be in one of those password lists is easy button 2022 exclamation point. Wait, that's not actually a bad password. I know that I only said three things, but here's a bonus tip. You are giving attackers the easy button if you are only relying on your password. What do I mean by that? Have you enabled multi-factor authentication? Do you even know what that is? Multi-factor authentication literally creates a second factor of authentication. So the first factor being your password, and the second factor leveraging something that you possess. It could be something like a YubiKey. It could be something like a code sent to your phone that you then input onto the login screen. And that basically is a second way of verifying that whoever is logging into your account is you. For instance, say an attacker does manage to bust your password because you were using easy button 2022 exclamation point. Because you have multi-factor authentication turned on, they will then be prompted to input a 6 or 8-digit code, but that will be sent to you. Only you will have possession of that code unless they've managed to bust that account, but that's a lot of work. So if you get that code code and you weren't logging in, then now you know that someone's trying to bust into your account and you can take steps to remediate. This one extra step that really does not add a significant amount of inconvenience to your day-to-day can go a long way to protecting not only your accounts, but the organizations that you work for. That prevents things like ransomware, which can be deadly, or the next great nation-state attack. Yeah, seriously. Now, we've talked a lot about how not to give attackers the easy button, but have we talked about what to do if you have given them the easy button? Yes, we have actually, and it's, check either one of these out. Maybe there's this playlist. Check this playlist out, or check the top video if you want. But again, before you watch any of those videos, be sure to hit that like button so this video can reach new audiences and we can spread the good word of cybersecurity. Have a good one. Also, leave a comment that says that was easy.